300-400 bags saved, still doing, bro, how much more do you want? Like, figure something out.
Andrew went on a date and asked the man his waist size.
The most you're getting is like £15 an hour. You are never going to survive.
Your sex is shit and you keep the house nasty.
You're not doing anything, then you marry him and it's dead.
Should a man be dating if he's broke?
If he's broke?
If he's broke.
Certainly not. He can barely afford to live. How could he date? How has he got time? I have to be in the top 1% of earners to rent a really normal 2-bedroom flat.
Yeah, like what made me realise earlier on this year that I'm comfy. I was complaining.
Oh, finally.
I was complaining.
Bruh, this guy proper comes in like he's doing poverty, like he's on the bread line.
I was complaining the other day about I've only gone holiday 5 times this year. Then I had to literally, I had to sit back and deep it, and I said, oh snap! I was comparing myself to going away so much more before, but I could have still gone to the same amount, but it's because I had so much things to do that I had to, you know what I'm saying, kick back, and I still might go away one more time this year. And I was like,
oh really?
Yeah, I might go home.
This guy, bro.
I might go home.
Comes in there trying to feign poverty.
Yeah, I might go home. But I just think to myself, when I deeped it and said it back here, the average person probably don't go away every year.
The average person goes to Butlins.
But Butlins expensive.
Yeah,
no, I know what you're saying.
But in general, the average person don't go away.
And the person ain't got a passport.
So it's just like, wow. I had to deep it after.
Whoa there, buddy. When did you get yours?
I got my British passport 2020. What do you think? All of a sudden, like, I'm reliving my youth. People see me traveling a lot. I didn't get to travel.
Hey, stubborn though. He could got his passport like 20, 30 years ago. When this guy was being...
They want to naturalise.
And that's another thing that's bad, is that a lot of us older guys, and I'm probably a victim to this, it's so important to try and do as much as you can when you're younger, because I'm now 40, doing stuff that I should have been doing when I was 25, 26, 27. Because I've only now got my passport to travel. I went to America for the first time last year.
And he's been there more times than me.
I think I've probably been there more times
than me. Yeah.
The first time I went was last year. So I'm going to like Atlanta, Vegas, whatever, for the first time, and like my friends have been doing it years ago. Like my friends were doing
like first time in Miami.
Yeah, my friends were doing Lambos and Ferraris on the strip like 10, 15 years ago. I can't do that now. I'm a grown man. In my back of my mind, I wanted to do it, but I'm a big. I can't do that now. Well, my friends were doing it when they were 25. Like, and that's the biggest problem, is that a lot of guys. It's a sad thing when you. It's sad because when they call it midlife crisis, when you start doing things you should have done when you was younger, like you get that old guy who's wearing a FUBU tracksuit, a FUBU hat, you know, dressing like he's young, and you're like, when are you gonna grow up? Like, when you gonna grow up? And it's a difficult place to be in, where you get a bit of fake financial freedom.
Do you do it as well? You're doing fake. Woe is me.
I do not act like my life is hard. I said all my problems are self-inflicted. My life is hard.
You keep saying fake money.
No, but
why? Why do you portray it that way?
And I'll tell you why, because I'm around people who've got real money.
Hey, Wes, you know what real money is?
I've never seen real money in my life.
Real money is, real money is, we're here chilling right now,
yeah.
And in 15 minutes, I could just go on
Big and Hill.
There you go, 15 minutes away. 15 minutes down the road.
Yeah, no, I know.
You can just literally just be like,
I know what you're saying.
I could literally be like, right now, I went, tell someone put your passport in the Uber. We're just going Big and Hill right now. We're not even packing. That's real money.
Yeah.
We're not even packing. We're gonna buy our clothes when we land.
And I think this perspective.
And man knows people that could do that right now.
And I'm
That's real money.
I'm not going to pretend that my life isn't good. Yeah. I always say I've done 90, 100-hour weeks, but there's levels to this. Like there's levels. There's levels. So that's why I say I'm grateful, and I'll never ever sit and pretend I'm not grateful. Like I put hours in, and I'm grateful for those who have come to restaurants and those who supported everything I've done. But there's levels, and I think that's let me know that there's money out there. And Tim was saying it the other day. The guy that sold his marketing company, Tim. He was saying it the other day that sometimes you just need to align yourself with, when you're in business, with people who have money. So for instance, we're all selling products, but if you can try and sell products to those who have the money, you'll make more money. Meaning, there's people who are selling Bugattis, selling Ferraris and Lamborghinis, and people who are selling Skodas. It's all cars that are being sold. The same way, if you can find yourself in the corporate field to sell things to corporates pay money. Like I've done cocktails for non-corporates, and it's the same me. And I've done cocktails for corporates. It's different prices. If you can get yourself into that corporate field to do work for them, same how you're filming now. If you somehow wiggled your way into the corporate field.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of money over there, but my thing is, and maybe it's bad to my detriment, that side of the world is very bland. That corporate side,
I'm fine with
for me, no, I know you are, but for me, it doesn't sit right with my spirit.
Yeah, the only thing about those corporates is the invoicing. Sometimes you can take 3 months to get paid.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah, and that's the only thing is see the invoices. Like, can you tell Karen in the back office to just press pay?
Yeah, I don't.
And I'm telling you, there's times where I've done jobs for corporate. It's taken me not 3 months, but like a good well over 2 months. And I'm just like, oh, unfortunately, you missed this pay run. You have to go to the next pay run. I'm like, I'm not a member of staff.
I don't like
I'll do it. If I'll go into the back office and do it. Just tell me what day to come in. I'll wear a lanyard. Tell me what day and I'll do it.
Maybe I'm too arrogant because I think to some degree I don't like people negotiating with me like I'm the B-side. And I know I am.
I'll accept it.
I know.
When someone's paying me,
that's what I say to my detriment.
Cocktails, I'm happy to be the B-side. And that's what I said.
Have you seen when Gabriel does that?
Yes, I'm the B-side.
Hey, when he does that, I just start laughing. And you know what Gabriel does here? It was a short sleeve that's just cutting off circulation. You can see the vein straining. Yeah. If he tenses up, his buttons are gonna pop off. He's gonna look like, what's his name? That Nigerian guy that's always doing the dancing around.
Groove and Gorilla, that guy.
Yeah. That's the kind of shirt.
I can be the B-side, and that's another thing about main character syndrome.
Yeah.
Knowing when to be the B-side.
I think
I'm around certain friends, and I'm in certain spaces, I know when to just sit down and be humble. I know when to be the B-side. I know when to just keep quiet.
Yeah.
Like you're not like, and everyone always talks about being an alpha this, alpha that. Part of being an alpha is knowing when to just it's not that I don't do it and I can't do it. I think it's I value myself a lot on, because I know what I can do and like potential wise and stuff. I think sometimes I value myself on that as opposed to where I'm actually at. That's where I think. No, see, I don't see when it comes to money.
Yeah.
I've learned that being likable. See, everything in life, and obviously I say everything is hyperbole, but everything in life is about being liked.
For sure.
See, when someone likes you and takes a liking to you, they will put you through doors you're not meant to go through, just because they like you. Yeah. Like one of my members of staff, I really like, so I pay him more than everybody else because I like him. He's likable. Like you just be liked. And some people just don't know how to be liked. Like I try my best to be liked. That's it. Just be liked. And part of once again coming on here is young boys need an alternative. And the main reason why I like to come in here and just chat nonsense is that there are young boys who watch and say to themselves, okay, there's Chizzo, there's Gabriel, there's Wes, they're grown men. I will say I'm not a role model, but you can, if you want to picture me as one, you can, but I'm not. But these are guys who are running businesses and it looks okay. It looks good. There is an alternative. Like they're still cool. I like to think I'm still a trendy 40-year-old guy. I don't portray myself to be like an uncle, whatever an uncle is. I think I'm a bit trendy. I think I'm still in tune with certain things, so it's relatable. And that's the main reason why I come on here. There's no other reason. Just for the young boys, just so that they can kind of see another alternative. Because when you're trying to get them off the road, and I speak to them, the first thing they say to me is, GR, what else should I do? Like, what's the alternative?
Yeah. No, I understand. Okay.
You can preach to kids as much as you want. What is the alternative? I was watching a documentary yesterday, and it was saying, no, it wasn't a documentary. I was at Diane Abbott's event.
Yes.
She had an event at Westminster, and one of the ladies said that one of the things they always said is that the moment you exclude a black boy from school, you might as well just give him an invitation to prison. Like automatically, it's like that black kid just goes into the system. It's just automatically. And what do you do when like you finished? Did you go to college?
Yeah. Okay,
and that way your education stopped.
No, I went to uni, but I didn't finish uni.
Okay. Now, can you think of any of your friends that didn't go to college? Can you think of any of your friends who their schooling stopped? Or those who didn't finish college? Can you think of any of your friends who didn't finish college?
Yeah.
What are they doing now?
Nothing. They're doing a whole bunch of nothing.
And people don't realise that. Like that is see when you fall off the wayside.
Yeah.
And they call them NEETs, not in education, employment or training.
Yeah.
So that's between the age of 16 and I think 24. Don't quote me. I think it's either 16 and 21 or 16 and 24. They're called NEETs. And the moment you fall off that wayside, it's over. Like I've got grown men who are friends now who finished doing road because they don't want to go to prison. They're like, Rati, like, what am I gonna do? Like, shit. Like, do I need to go and do I got to go on a course? Do I go back to college? Do I go back to uni? Like, you've got to as you got a young, you need to invest in yourself and figure out what you're going to do because the real world will slap your face. And if you get kicked out of school, like remember, okay, I would use my friend Leon, and I love my friend Leon. It was his birthday the other day. We went to Manchester. See Leon. So Leon lived in East London. Leon been in prison before. Blah blah blah. So he's a prime example of someone who was road, and I'm talking road. Yeah, like road. Leon. He's a prime example of that. You can't use your circumstance as anything. Leon's done road, gone prison, been a road, got friends who are road up until now. Leon's corporate, and I'm talking about
very
and women.
corporate.
And
More corporate than all of us.
He's more corporate than most of the friends I know. I'm talking. This is Leon who'll rip your face off. But this is Leon who ties his tie properly, walks in his suit, and he walks into meetings and gets sales jobs. This is a guy from the road. So all his excuses of, oh, I didn't finish college, I didn't finish uni, you need to know how to apply yourself and adapt. Leon is a prime example of someone who's road. Like, you see him in his suit, but I guarantee he'll take off his tie and choke you to death. And that's Leon. But that's someone who didn't finish uni, fell off on the wayside apparently, got a criminal record, but he's corporate. There is, like, you can do it, but it's either you want to adapt yourself, be able to adapt and apply yourself. Leon can adapt and apply. So Leon can go into a meeting and do Queen's English, and then Leon can come on the road with a balaclava and a baseball bat. And this is the problems where most boys don't know how to adapt and do both. Like, there's no excuse. Yeah, for instance, you could argue and say, but I've got a criminal record. Okay, cool, so is Leon. He's corporate and in 6 figures. That's Leon. So, and the thing is, I've got so many different types of friends, and I see the ones who've unfortunately fallen off on the wayside. There's guys I've known with 300-400 bags saved, still doing, bro, how much more do you want? Like, figure something out. Like, you're gonna have to flip that money to something. Because there are the anomalies who have not gone to prison and who have not got caught or got into beef. But the reality is, if you're making a shitload of money, you're either gonna go to prison or you're gonna get into beef. It's one or the other. And then the moment you're a family man, when does it stop? And that's the biggest problem I say is, I'll never tell everyone to not do road. Do whatever you're doing. But what's the plan? Are you planning to get an events place? Are you planning to buy yards? Are you planning to like open hairdressers? Are you planning to go into tech? What are you doing with the road money? Like, and even to the young boys, I know there's one young boy I know who basically, they banned balloons, the canister things. Yeah. So basically, that's now become a black market thing. Yeah. So now he's mashing off doing that. And that's the thing about when you make something black market, and now the value of it now goes more. So he's shot in the canisters. Yeah. Mashing.
You can get him involved.
Young boy, and he's young. Yeah. I'm talking under 20. Mashing. And I said to him, look, bro, you're gonna have to figure out what you want to do with that money. Because you're doing it now. I don't know when you're gonna get caught. I don't want you to get caught, but you're gonna have to figure out what you want to do with that money, because you got bags sitting down. You've got to have the plan. Like, am I gonna open something? But then the biggest problem now is that when you're going from being road to being legit, the biggest problem now is that you might have been doing 10k a month road. Now you might find you're only going to do 4k a month lidge, but you're lidge now. But it's that hard, it's that jump, and people don't realize, and people say, oh, why didn't you just come off road? Okay, I can, but I'm used to making 15k a month. This business I'm going to set up might not work, and I might only make 4k a month. And I'm like, yeah, but you might go to prison. It's hard, man. It's hard. Remember, like, I've never been squeaky clean all my life. It's hard. It's hard. That jump from being road or making money illegally to go legit is
rough still.
It's tough, man. And when sometimes people from the outside don't understand, they're like, oh, why are you still doing it? Why are you still doing that? A bit like when you look at the whole Little Dirk and the King Von situation, and people are like, oh, obviously Little Dirk was Little Dirk was silly for using his bank cards and all of that stuff to book flights for all of the trouble that happened. But remember, these are gangsters who rap. They're not rappers who are gangsters. These are guys who are road, who decided to rap. And that's why I like what Chief Keef done. He left Chicago and flew to, was it Cali? Was it LA? He just said, you know what, let me just, I'm going to get myself out of this situation. Remember, I don't know, was he a millionaire? He must have been a millionaire, close to a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. What am I doing here? I'm going to die at some point. Let me go 6 hours away by flight. That's why when people talk about East Coast and the West Coast beefing, I was like, how do you beef someone that's 6 hour flight away? When you think about, you know, New York is to Cali. See when the whole Biggie and Tupac thing was going on, do you know how far that is? 6 hour flight before you can find the person you're beefing. But yeah, like, it's just, you gotta know when to stop, man. And it's the hardest thing is when to say it's enough. Because when you've got that lifestyle, you're driving Urus, you're doing Sky Dwellers, you're doing this and that, and then you think, okay, to go legit, how am I gonna sustain this lifestyle? I'm gonna drop from 15 bags a month to 5 bags a month. But you see peace and the money and that comes with being legit. Yeah, I don't think anything tops that, man. Like when I was doing little bandooly stuff I was doing, bro, there was no peace. Every minute you're looking over your shoulder. Nah, it's not good, man. You got to figure out how to wash that. Like, and that's the whole thing of what they call money laundering. I'm not telling you anyone to do that, but I'm saying you're gonna have to stop it. Like all you younger lot, you're gonna either get into beef or you're gonna go to prison.
A lot of the people that are big time now, they've
all done it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that because
prime example,
people start businesses off of loans and
look. Okay, put it this way: when you look at all these dukes and all of these stately homes, where do you think all this money come from? It's from slavery.
Yeah.
If you look at even if you look at how a lot of people have set themselves up, it's off slavery. Like we're so far behind. Remember, it was only a few years ago that the insurance company stopped paying slave owners. Remember, when slavery stopped in the UK, the slaves were insured. The insurance company had to pay out the slave masters. So slave masters were getting paid. Imagine you owned a slave and you got paid out because slavery stopped.
From taxes.
I don't think people understand what happened.
Everyone was still paying taxes towards
the slave
owners. Imagine that.
Yes, man.
No, I don't think people realise. Let me find the figure. Hold on.
So a lot of these families that are owed money over here, the money's from slavery.
Well, because they lost Kunle and Chope.
Yeah. So they were still up until, what was it, 2015, right?
Let me see.
I think it was up until 2015.
It's mad though.
So a lot of people were still,
As part of the compromise that helped to secure abolition, the British government agreed a generous compensation package of 20 million to slave owners for the loss of their property. The Bank of England administered the payment of slavery compensation on behalf of the British government.
But fast forward to this time, it was worth in the billions when over time.
Interest and all that.
The British government borrowed 20 million to compensate slave owners, which amounted to a massive 40% of the Treasury's annual income. 40% of the Treasury's annual income was used to compensate slave owners. So when you look at certain things in life, I remember this is 20 million back then. So I don't know what 20 million is now compared if you were to do the inflation rate. So a lot of people have made stuff of stuff they shouldn't do. That's why when people start businesses or people do something, I always ask, where'd you get the money from? All these people that are doing YouTube channels and all okay, cool, where'd you get the money from? Because everyone's worked. Where'd you get it from? I know you're not going to tell us, but where'd you get the money from? Don't make it out like, a lot of people are struggling because they don't know how to work. We've all done 50 hours a week, 40 hours a week. And I think what the painful thing is, I don't know if I said it on the episode before, but one of my mates who's 37, he was calculating roughly how much so he's worked all his life, full time from the age of 18. So he's worked almost 20 years. So he calculated that on average he's probably made close to maybe 30 grand a year on average. He's on more than that now, but on average 30k a year. So when we did the little calculation in maths here, 30,000 times, let's just call it 20 years.
600.
Okay, so he's seen 600 grand coming into his account. And we was talking about how much he's got saved. He's got 5k saved. Doesn't own a property. He sat there and he was like, where's all that money gone? And that's why it's not about how much you make, it's how much you can hold on to. See, he's had 600 grand go through his bank account. He's got 5 bags saved. That's the sort of stuff that gets us as grown men depressed. And makes us have midlife crisis.
So that's just working. So 30k normal job or whatever. So is it a case of having these things that we aspire to have, like the houses and just like a decent standard of living? Is it hard or is it discipline?
I think everything's about, okay, so for instance, I earn okay,
Yeah.
but I live within my means. And I'll tell you what, look, I know you look, I can see your face reaction.
Yeah, no.
Look, okay, for someone, for what maybe someone would assume I would live or where I would drive.
Yeah.
I drive a Clio.
Okay.
I live in a 2-bed flat in Croydon. I'm living within, like, they call it stealth wealth. I'm living within my means. It's not time yet. A lot of people jump the gun when it's not time to jump the gun.
That's the key word, it's not time.
It's not time. Like, I don't care. Like, I drive my Clio. And funny things that, I stayed at a hotel the other day, the Langley, which is in near Slough, proper nice hotel. Pulled up in the hotel, Porsches, G-Wagons, Brabus's, all of that. I just parked my Clio there. And obviously, funny thing that when I pulled in, the concierge, so basically there's a gate before you can even get to the hotel, proper nice hotel. So when you got to the gate, I'm driving, the guy's just coming out like I've taken a wrong turn. He's like, I was like, oh, I'm staying here. He goes, oh, sorry. He literally, he did this like he saw the car, he was like, you know, you lost. I said, no, I'm staying here. He goes, oh, sorry, what's your name? I said, oh, sorry. And he pulled the gate open.
Perception.
And don't get me wrong, I would like to have a nice car and live in a nice house, but it's not time yet. And I always say that I'm actually broke, because all my money I pump into business, it's not time yet. I'd rather just keep opening businesses until I've got to that point where I can say, okay, it's time.
Hence why the statement of the person saying to me, oh, you're always working. Yeah, when I put it back into something, and then I wait for it to make something for me, then I just keep on doing the same thing, because it's not time yet.
Same way,
Or
he
you don't
invested in the back garden. So like, look, he could have used that money to go and maybe buy something with something else. No, this is an investment. I'm going to use it to make money. I bought this equipment. Let me do it up.
Because think about it, by the time the whole refurb's done, that's 10 bags.
Yeah, when you have all the equipment and everything.
Yeah, it's 10 bags. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But what I was laughing is like
But just to go back to
even recently, someone asked me about Uber. I said, yeah, do it. And actually, do you know what? In the past month, there's been about 4 people, and about 2 of them, the same thing. Yeah, I don't wanna sell my car, but if I rent a car from one of these places where you can rent a car, I'm like, yeah, they're gonna charge you 3 bills a week. So I said it might be cheaper you getting a second car, but they're like,
but I don't want to get. Just go and buy a Kia.
There you go. But everyone wants to be in the Benz all the time. But now you need the extra money, but you don't want to sell because you've got an image to keep up. You want people to see you a certain way at all the times. Then I'm like, if you want people to see you a certain way at all the times, you shouldn't be doing Uber. Because it goes against that image.
Yeah.
Same with my neighbour. I said he was contemplating buying a car. He went to go and buy a van. He's making money from the van. He throws girls in the van. If you don't want to get in the van, no problem.
Consensually.
Say again?
Consensually. You said he throws girls in the
van. Like, girls sit in the van. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's so bad that most of the stuff that we don't want to do is self-inflicted because of women. And it's not a woman's fault. It's us as men.
It's ego, isn't it?
It's bad. And one thing is that with my mate, when we calculated 600 grand, he's probably he's only got 5k to his name. A lot of us brothers and men are getting to this age where we're sitting back and we're looking and thinking, I've worked all this time, what have I got to show for it? And that's where you start getting depressed. Because you think of all the mistakes you might have made financially. You know, sometimes our parents have kicked us out, that hasn't helped. Or there's so many things that you can use as the example of why you're in that position you're in. But it gets daunting. And I always say that what scares me the most is being in a position where I need help and I can't get it. That frightens me. That frightens me, and I feel, that's why I hope the younger lot watching this are saving. And you might think, what am I saving for? In yourself, so that you've got something to invest in. Like, people always DM me for advice. I've got 10k, I've got 5k. I say, invest it in yourself. Invest in what? Figure out what you can do, or what you like, and buy something that can make you money.